Hello, welcome back to the Brandon Can Win channel, and today I want to talk about the Nintendo Direct that came out the other day. Now, if we rewind back to before I started talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, this channel was actually very Nintendo heavy, very Nintendo focused. Yes, I've made some Nintendo related videos in the past, including my last one, which was talking about the Donkey Kong Country show, which is technically Nintendo. Donkey Kong's a Nintendo IP, but that show, definitely Nintendo did not work directly with them, I'll say that. Sometimes I would give my opinion on a Nintendo Direct. So today I want to go over the Nintendo Direct. I want to get back to talking about Nintendo more because now I actually have stuff to work with. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be. I'm going to talk about the highlights from the Direct because I actually don't have that many, unfortunately. I have like 5, maybe 6 to talk about today. But before we get started, I want to just say a few things. I do have an update video that's going to be posted to my second channel. It might be out in a day or two. It might be out the day this comes out. I think it might be a day or two. But it'll explain the outro. It'll explain this whole new background change. And, you know, a lot of other things that are to come. So be sure to subscribe to my second channel, Brandon Can Live. And you can also see my full reaction to the Nintendo Direct over there as well. I cut up the intro to just get rid of some bullshit. I cut out the outro to get rid of some bullshit. So yeah, if you want to view that, that'll be over there as well. I plan to do more live reactions too on Twitch sometime. So be sure to follow me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/BrandonCanWin. With that out of the way, let's talk about the first thing that got me excited, and that is Mario and Luigi Brothership. Now, I've really wanted to get into the Mario and Luigi franchise for a while, but the one I really wanted to jump into first was Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. But that one is very hard to come by. I can't get my hands on it. It's like really hard to find, and I think even if I found it, it's gonna be super expensive. So I saw this and I was like, first of all, I was shocked because I thought the series was dead, because I think the studio that worked on the past Mario and Luigi games, the like third party or second party studio that worked with Nintendo, I thought that they like went under. So I thought the Mario and Luigi series was actually dead. But yeah, I was pleasantly shocked and surprised to see that it's back. And despite my whole current bitterness towards Mario, and it's not even Mario's fault, it's like, it's Nintendo's whole thing. That's a whole nother video. That's probably gonna be my next video, honestly, because I just feel like ranting about it. But besides my kind of Mario burnout that I have right now, it's welcome. I welcome it. I think it looks really cool. I kind of love that the art style reminds me kind of old school Disney, if that makes sense. Like oldish school Disney. I'm talking like maybe Sorcerer's Apprentice, maybe even a little before that. But I like seeing Mario and Luigi in that style. Also, just the shadings, the lighting, everything, it looks gorgeous. It just looks like a gorgeous game, and seeing the animations is amazing, and it just looks like it's gonna be such a blast, and it feels like I would be stupid to miss out on this. This is definitely a good way, I feel, to get me into the franchise. I hope, if they're not all connected, which I don't think they are, because I believe in Bowser's Inside Story, Bowser's a good guy in it, kind of. He's like an anti-hero or whatever. And then, I don't know the whole plot of Dream Team, but I'm pretty sure Bowser's not a good guy on that one. So, I think they might be separated. But, you know, let me know in the comments down below. Do I need to play any of the past ones to understand what's going on in this new one? Let me know. The next thing that caught my attention, this probably isn't in order, by the way, this is just kind of how the order I remember it in, was Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So I was actually honestly pleasantly surprised to see that they were porting this to the Switch, because they did port it to the 3DS, and I thought that was kind of strange. And I did get Donkey Kong Country Returns when it first came out, because I grew up with Donkey Kong Countries 1 and 2, so I was very happy about this. And by the way, in case people are wondering my stance on this, I do count it as Donkey Kong Country 4, but yeah, that's just me. The gameplay may be different, but it's still a Donkey Kong Country style game. It's just missing K. Rool and the Kremlins. But yeah, I never ended up beating it, and it comes with the extra levels. I didn't even know there were extra levels from the 3DS version. and it's going to be on Switch. And you know, I think that's great. I do think it's weird though that it comes out in 2025. Like, why is it going to take that long for the HD remaster to come out? Whatever. We're getting it. That makes me happy, and that means that every Donkey Kong Country game will be playable on the Switch, because Tropical Freeze had its little port moment, and you know, there's NSO, and you can play 1, 2, and 3 on that. And yeah, by the way, I've never beat 3 either, because I am not a fan of Kiddy Kong. Is that his name? I don't even know what his name is. Now, this next game actually is not a Nintendo game. It's not a first-party Nintendo game. This is actually from the makers of Danganronpa. I hope I said that right. I probably butchered that. But the 100-line Last Defense Force, it actually looks really good. It gives me, the story gives me kind of Shin Megami Tensei vibes in a way, because of the fact that like the apocalypse happens and like you're like one of the few survivors and stuff. But it also has this like weird twist where you're in a school and it's like the last defense, obviously. But it's like the last safe place on Earth, and then it's like you have to go through 100 days of this. And it's kind of like an interesting premise. In my initial like reaction to the trailer, I was like excited that I saw it was a tactics game, and I was like, I don't know about that. I'm not very good at tactic games. But you know what? I think I should just give it another shot, because this does look very intriguing. Even the mascot dude, teacher, principal, I don't know what he was again. That looks interesting as well. I will say this though, I think maybe this is even one of the reasons I haven't talked about Nintendo much, is because I got a Steam Deck. So if I find out this is also going to be on Steam, I'm definitely going for the Steam version over the Switch version, because you know, the Switch is inferior to the Steam Deck when it comes to like graphics and like performance wise, if we're being honest. Like the Switch is still like, you can have a Switch and a Steam Deck, like you can have both simultaneously. But I'm just saying facts. So if this isn't a Nintendo exclusive, I will be getting it on Steam. If it is a Nintendo exclusive, I will be getting it on Switch. So I do plan on getting this. It looks interesting and color me intrigued, but it's like the only non-Nintendo like thing that really caught my eyes. Of course, I'm a big Zelda fan, so whenever there's a new Legend of Zelda, I freak the fuck out. I get so excited when there's a new Zelda game dropping, and we're getting a new one this year, and it's what people wanted for a long time. You're Zelda in this one. Yeah, Link gets captured in this dark void thing. I really don't totally understand the story yet. We don't really have the full context of the story. We might get that later on, or maybe we'll just wait till the game comes out and then it'll be unraveled to us. But here's what I've got from it so far. So, Zelda gets kidnapped by Ganon again. Ganon's somehow back again. And I believe this is another sequel to A Link to the Past. And when I say that, I mean like a sequel or a prequel to Link's Awakening. That's where I think timeline-wise it takes place. Simply because of the art style, and also from what it looks like, it's the same kind of layout of Hyrule that A Link to the Past is in. So this is cool. This is a cool way to bring that art style and that Hyrule into like together and still make it feel new. Especially with the new mechanics. So essentially, Zelda meets this fairy thing called Tri, and she gets the Tri Wand, which, I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of, it feels lazy. It kind of feels a little lazy, doesn't it? Tri-Staff? Triforce? Like, I don't know. That's just me. That's literally my only complaint. Otherwise, I've always loved the Link Awakening art style. I thought it was very unique. And it feels like they took inspiration from Tears of the Kingdom, because you can literally just copy things and then place them anywhere in the world. And that's really cool. You can even have monsters fight for you. That was really dope to see. As the first time you get to play as Zelda, I think this is kind of dope. I saw some people complaining about it. And like, I remember when I was reacting to it live, I was like, oh, there's got to be a lot of woke talk about this, and I'm like, great. But it's not that bad. I think the majority of Zelda fans are actually happy with this, but there are going to be those people out there that are like, whatever. I am excited and will be pre-ordering that shit as soon as I can. Alright, the last one. Y'all know. Y'all already know. Y'all know. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Holy shit. I remember, like, I was, like, grabbing the mic with my reaction, and I was just asking, like, the chat that wasn't there, because I think I had one viewer, but there was no chat because no one watches me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/BrandonCanWin. Please follow me on there. Yeah, I was just, like, screaming into the mic, like, is this Metroid Prime 4? Or is this 2 Echoes and remastered? Like, which one is it? Oh my gosh, it looks like the Metroid Prime 1 remaster. And I think I understand kind of why they've only remastered the first one. I do think they are going to remaster 2 and 3 still. But that's for another video. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Metroid Prime 4. But yeah, the game looks epic. Like, if I'm assuming what we saw is the intro, because it's the whole Samus jumping out of the ship, and then like the da 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 plays, and it's just like pure chaos. It reminds me a lot of the intro of the first one, except like the first one kind of started a little chill, and then you go in and it's just kind of chaos. And it's just, it looks amazing, and I think I know why they remade 1. This is my theory. They remastered 1, if they're not doing 2 and 3. They remastered 1 either because the story involving Talon 4 is going to be important in Metroid Prime 4 for some reason. Or they were just testing the studio, I think it was Retro Studios that worked on their remaster, to see how they would do when it comes to making Metroid Prime 4. That's just a theory. A game theory. Sorry, had to. And the reason I'm thinking this is because they did that with Metroid Samus. I think it's Samus. It was Samus Returns, which is a remake of Return of Samus or something. Metroid 2. It was a remake of that. So I think they tested the waters with that, and then they're like, okay, you're good. Let's make Metroid Dread. So I think that's what they did with the Metroid Prime remaster and then Metroid Prime 4, is they tested the waters with this company, and it's like, okay, yeah, you got it. You did a good job. So that's the only reason I can think of, like, remastering 1 if they're not going to do 2 and 3. So, I don't know. Another one thing I love the title, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. That's kind of dope. It gives serious space vibes for real because, you know, it's Metroid space, you know, all that stuff. And also, it kind of gives this weird vibe of bigness. Like, this game is going to be massive. It's going to be very, very, very big. It also looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait. The music also, the music that they play, the little music, it definitely gives off GameCube vibes, and I love that. GameCube music is just so distinct with me, and I just love GameCube music. It's just so nostalgic for me. And of course, since the Metroid Prime game started on GameCube, it only makes sense that they would bring that back. Besides that, the rest of the Direct was kind of mid, and, like, this is why, okay? I'll give, like, my honest opinions. It's like, as much hard hitters as there was with this Direct, like the rebirth of Mario and Luigi, the Donkey Kong remaster, the cool tactic game, the new Zelda game where you play as Zelda, as well as finally getting a look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, there was just so much lackluster JRPG boringness that I just didn't care about. Now, there's one other honorable mention I forgot to mention, and that was the Phoenix Wright thing. That was cool too, the Edgeworth shit. But besides that, it was just like, why? Why? There's already so many JRPGs that, I don't know. I think personally it's just because it's not, like, I love JRPGs. I love a good JRPG. Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Persona, you know, I even have been thinking about getting the Yakuza Like a Dragon and then Infinite Wealth. Like, those games I gravitate towards. games like Dragon Quest and games like, I don't know, just like some of these random JRPGs I just can't get into. If you're happy that they're there, then I'm happy for you. You know, I'm not going to judge you or anything. It's just, for me personally, I just couldn't really get into this direct to call it a good direct. Because, like I said, so many heavy hitters. Personally, if you want my honest opinion on why I watch a Nintendo Direct, it's not necessarily just games that are coming to Switch. It's because I want to see what first-party stuff that Nintendo is throwing out at us next. Yeah, I watch it for the first-party stuff, in short. So, anyways, I want to know in the comments down below, what were your thoughts on the Direct? What are you most excited about? Is there anything in that was exciting to me that you think is not that exciting? And yeah, also, when you see the outro that's about to come up, let me know what you think. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell when you do, and yeah, so long and good night.